Hello and welcome to Kia World Schools podcast, a show where we explore big ideas and inspiring stories that are shaping the future of learning. Before having an interaction with our guest, let me introduce him to you. Our guest today is a true pillar of our community, a well-known plastic surgeon, a beloved professor, and a formidable administrator. Dr. P.V. Sudhakar has served as the principal of Andhra Medical College and also headed the King George Hospital. Most importantly, he was the special officer who has led North Coastal districts during the very challenging COVID-19 pandemic. His journey from studying in a Telugu medium school to lecturing in a world-renowned institutions like Harvard is a true inspiration for all of us. So Dr. Sudhakar garu, welcome again Andy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here today.
I just want to tell you that your tie today is very interesting, sir.
Yeah, thank you. There's a big story behind this, and this is a limited edition tie, which was the picture of many girls, children, drawn by a 12-year-old autistic child in the United States. So I wear this tie for special occasions like this. Thank you for having me today, and thanks for your compliment on my necktie as well. Gifted by Dr. Ram Kairam, to whom I am always indebted.
You have a list of achievements in your life, but if I have to ask one thing which you feel very proud of and you feel satisfied about, what accomplishment would you note?
To narrow it down to one important aspect would be very difficult, because in a journey of more than 30 years in our practice, there are many examples where we are very satisfying experiences. I'll tell you two actually, one on the professional side, one on the teaching side. So I started MCH course, that is the Magister Chirurgy, the super specialty course of plastic surgery in Andhra Medical College in 2012. That is very satisfying from the educational point of view. On the other hand, when you look at the profession, need not be a plastic surgeon, but as a doctor in general, I always feel proud to be a part of the COVID-19. So the government has given a great responsibility of being a special officer for the North Coastal 3 districts, and I could deliver the goods to the satisfaction of the public as well as my higher-ups. So that is another very satisfying thing in my life.
At that point of time, taking such responsibility and being the face of the situation in the North Coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh, which core values you previously had from your very origin to then, to exactly at the COVID-19 pandemic, do you think helped you face that situation?
Sincerity in life, both towards your studies as well as your profession, makes you a fulfilling individual always. So I am thankful to my parents who brought me up in such a situation where they always gave a lot of value to hard work, to sincerity, to the integrity. Similarly, my teachers who taught me right from my school days till my super specialty, every one of them have played an important role. And above all, my own patients, on whom I have operated, thousands of them, they also taught me a lot of lessons, how to be patient and how to handle the difficult situations. So we had the great satisfaction of saving thousands of lives, and we were humbled by the Honorable Prime Minister's action of showering flowers from the helicopters by the Eastern Naval Command on me, and then I was the special officer. So that was one of the great moments of life. It's not only because of me that we could handle that. There are thousands of people whom I had led, thousands of sisters, nursing staff, doctors, medical students, all of them have come forward, and I could lead the society, lead the team with their cooperation and help, and which has ultimately yielded the results.
So that's truly inspiring, sir. Thank you so much for that. So if I had to ask your parents or your teachers during your childhood, how do they remember you as a child?
Particularly my father always saw a spark in me. So I had a very balanced, contented life as a child. And my father was the one who was a role model in the sense that he had a very beautiful handwriting. He had a beautiful command over both Telugu as well as English. He had a lot of drafting skills. So I think genetically that has come to me. Similarly, my mother is a highly patient lady. And patience is something which is necessary for me as a doctor and as a plastic surgeon. I always feel that patience has come from my mother, and the drafting skills or whatever administrative skills that I have come from my father.
Started your journey in a Telugu medium school, and now you have actually given lectures in world-renowned institutes like Harvard, Cambridge and all. So like how did the transition happen, sir?
But what was more helpful for me those days was a friend. I had a wonderful friend that time during my intermediate. His name is CVR Prasad. He is a cardiologist now in Australia. But what is more important is expression. So expression has come by observing people like Dr. CVR Prasad as well as our own teachers. There are many teachers whom I used to observe very intently and try to emulate them. So yes, I should be speaking like him. I should be teaching like him. So that's how the journey has started. By the end of MBBS and after post-graduation, I had to go to Chandigarh, the PGI Chandigarh, which is a premier institute in the country. Yes. I was fortunate to have got a seat in MS General Surgery there, and subsequently also I got a seat in MCH Plastic Surgery, where I stood first in the national level. And there obviously we have to express. Without expression nothing goes. I had the opportunity to learn Hindi there. I could speak in Hindi eloquently, as well as I could manage to speak to Punjabi patients also in Punjabi. So that has given me a great opportunity with languages. So it all starts with a good friend. I always tell people, particularly the children, to choose a good friend from whom you can always learn. Similarly, even in schooling days also, in 8th, 9th, 10th, I had a very good friend. His name is Sitaraman Sridhar. He is a Kannadiga. Mm-hmm. He is a film actor. He is a Kannada hero. Mm-hmm. Sitaraman Sridhar, very famous man. He was in my school. Even in 8th, 9th, 10th, I had a good friend in him. Wow. So we used to discuss a lot of things.
So how do you think the core values which you had as a doctor helped you as an administrator?
A wonderful question it is. Being a doctor, the first and foremost quality of a doctor is to be humane. You should have that human touch.
Right.
If the same human touch is translated into administration, you will become a good administrator. Try to think positively, you get the solutions. If you are negative, you don't get the solutions. So that humane touch is what translated from the patient care to the administration.
So you have been recognized as the best teacher also. During these 2 decades, what was the single most important quality you tried to infuse in your students to go ahead in the world of service?
I mean, it's not 2 decades, it's actually 3 decades. Okay. I was a professor for 22 years, the longest in Andhra Pradesh service. There is a beautiful Chinese proverb. Do not do anything unto others what you do not want unto yourself. That means you should be empathetic to the patients. That means we should not do anything to others what we do not want for ourselves, even in behavior. If you want to speak to others, if somebody wants, you expect some amount of respect from others. Before that, you should try to respect others because you are expecting respect from the others.
Definitely.
So that's what is the single most important thing that I always teach my MBBS students, my MS students, my MCH students. At all levels, I tell them to be empathetic towards the patients and their family members also. Education over a period has evolved because, as Chinese proverbs say, the only constant thing in the world is change. So we have to adapt that. We have to welcome the change because change brings in lot of good and little bit of bad. So we have to balance. So wisdom lies in taking good and leaving behind the bad. So that's where the education system should go. So the basic difference from that time is the present scenario of education is very good in the sense that it is giving a lot of opportunities to the children. We knowing the famous name of Kalipatnam Ramarao. He was our maths teacher. He was a writer, Kendra Sahitya Academy Award winner, a great man. He was my teacher.
What makes a good teacher and what makes a best teacher?
A good teacher teaches, transfers information, gives information to them, makes them technically good. A great teacher is the one who inspires. So winning and losing are different things, but it is the spirit that stays on forever. So that spirit has to be enjoyed by every single child. My advice for all the parents is give adequate time for the extracurricular activities of your children and also let them not forget our culture. For the reason number 1, insufficient physical activity and too much of intake. These two have become a problem and they'll be studying in front of the computer all the time, not going out into the field, which is not good. So we have to balance both curriculum as well as extracurricular activities.
Absolutely right, sir.
Notice that because the beatings and all are not there these days, children are open to talk to the teachers. Teachers are allowing the children to talk. Those days, it's very difficult to talk to a teacher. There used to be more of a fear complex than respect. So now that the scenario has changed for good.
So, what advanced techniques do you suggest or do you want this particular education system at present can adapt or can implement?
There is a good transformation that took place in the sense it used to be a rote learning earlier. Now, most of the schools, particularly you can see some of the schools which are coming up with the international schools and all, they are adapting a policy of making the child think. System should be such that it should provide enough space for competition, enough space for thinking, enough space for innovation. So all these are necessary for a child. And I'm glad that some of the schools are coming up with beautiful syllabi based on all these parameters.
How do you think competition is important for a child or a person?
Competition is an important ingredient of life. People should be competitive, but it should be a healthy competition. It should not be a competition with vengeance. Let me give you a small example. A child is coming first always in the class. The moment he becomes second or third in the class, he will be disturbed, definitely. That's where the role of a parent or a teacher lies. Parents should tell, first is not what is required. Second is as good as first. There can be only one first. This time it is your turn. Last time it was your turn. This time it is somebody else's turn. Not that you should come first always. We have to see whether you are good or not. What is your percentile? Are you there in the 95 percentile or not? That means you should be amongst the 90% in the society, not in the top 1%. So that's how the parents should tell them. And even the teachers. Teachers should not say, what is that you are first last time and you have dropped down to third this time? That should never be told to a child. Child should always be told that yes, this happens every time. It doesn't matter whether you are first, second, third or five. But you are good. 80% of marks are very nice.
Right.
So this is what is required. So once you tell a student or once you give them that confidence that I am good, then he will always do better next time. The moment you say that you are bad, he will become worse. So that's why I say child psychology is very, very important.
We have made it a need for us.
Social
media presence is important and also learning about the new techie improvements. So what is the suggestion or advice you will give to a student or a child in this particular period?
So social media, artificial intelligence, all these have come here to stay with us. And we all should learn how to live with them. The distinction has to be made and we have to prepare our children towards that end. Similarly, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has to be used to the extent needed. It should never be allowed to overtake us. They should adapt the artificial intelligence in their curriculum. It should be part of their curriculum, I feel. Otherwise, we will be left behind. The world progresses and we will be left behind. So my suggestion to the children is be aware of artificial intelligence. Try to use it to the extent needed. Let it not overtake you. And similarly, social media also have a full understanding of what social media is, what is an authentic presentation, what is not so authentic, and be very careful when you are browsing some certain sites.
So what advice you give to parents and educational institutions for the good upbringing of the children?
My advice to the parents is to see that your children develop as a good human being in the first place. Let them have time for education as well as for the extracurricular activities. Teach them the culture. Let them be good at the latest gadgets. Let them have an understanding of what social media is, how to use and how to not to use it, and the artificial intelligence, so on and so forth.
We are so glad to have your valuable insights, sir.
Thank you very much. So nice of you. I wish all the parents, students and your management the very best in all your profession as well as your life. And I'm sure that you will bring out children of international standards and the children of whom India will be proud of. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. At Kia World School, we believe in nurturing values-driven leaders and community partners. Your entire career, from healing individual patients to safeguarding the health of our whole society, is a powerful testimonial of that ideal, sir. Thank you for sharing your insights with us.
Thank you.